I was 9 years old when I had a meningitis, and after that I had a hearing loss on both ears. And till this moment, I had to wear on both ears normal hearing aids. So it was always very hard in school because the children they knew it, and yes, they often make jokes about that. It was very hard for me. One time I changed the school because I couldn't stand it. I suffered a lot under this normal hearing aids. And yes, it's so important that you can see it. Yes, I think you can call it a social stigma. For me, it wasn't really a question if I should have this operation. But I talked with my parents, with my mother and my father, and my mother agreed with me. She wasn't so much worried because she knows that I study medicine, and she thinks that I can say something about the risk and so on. But my father was very skeptic. He had a phone call with Dr. Mare in Hamburg and with the professor who operated me. And after that, he agreed. And yes, so I had the operation. Yes, I had the operation on Tuesday morning, about 3 hours. And the same day, I slept a lot. But when I waked up the next day, I was very surprised because I felt well. I had no pain. I looked into the mirror and I only saw a bandage. So I went home that same day and went back to the hospital 3 days later for the bandage removal. And they removed the bandage, and I couldn't believe what I saw in the mirror because there was nothing. I couldn't see the implant. I couldn't see a scar or some kind of injury. There was nothing. And I never feel pain. So when they turned on the implant, I get off the hospital and walked to the street. And I could hear everything. There was a woman who walked behind me, and I could hear the footsteps. So I turned my head around, and I could see that, and I could hear it. And yes, there was a bird chirping on a tree, and I heard the rustle of the tree. And oh yes, I stand on the pavement, and I heard a car. And yes, I turned my head, and I couldn't believe how far the car was away. When the first thing when I was at home was that I want to hear some music. So I put a CD into a CD player, and it was a CD with Christmas songs, and I've heard this CD about hundreds of times. So I thought, I know the CD. But when the music starts, I couldn't believe what I was hearing there. I had all the different instruments. I had the bass and the guitar in the background. I can't describe it. It was unbelievable. I was just sitting down, closed my eyes and listened to the music, and it sounded so beautiful to me. When I'm honest, I had the tears in my eyes. Yet later that same day I had a shower, and it was the first time for me that I could hear the water on my skin. I had the water on my skin, and I heard the shampoo in my hair, and it was wonderful. I couldn't hear the water for all the 15 years before. And yes, I think I had the shower about 1 hour because I can't stop hearing the water. So when I met my friends first time after the implant activation, they said immediately, what happened with your voice? Because they wondered they couldn't believe what they heard, because my voice sounds now in a completely other way. Before, I couldn't hear the high frequencies, so I always tried to, I spoke always very high and very loud. And now my voice is deeper, because that sounds for me more comfortable. So yes, it's deeper and it's lower, softer, and yes, I can whisper now, because before I couldn't hear when I whisper because it was too low to hear. But now I hear it and I can whisper. I'm an aerobic instructor, and it was always very difficult for me to do the classes because yes, when I have to do sports, I have to turn off and to put out the hearing aids, because when you sweat they become wet and break down, so you have to do the sports without the hearing aids. Before yes, I made the classes, and I tried to leave immediately the fitness center, because I don't want the other persons that they can ask me something, because it's always very difficult for me to talk with them without the hearing aids, because I don't hear something. So, and now I have the implant and it's absolutely no problem. I can do my class, I can stand up, hearing the question, answering, it's no problem. That's great. Before I had the implant, when I was riding my bike, I couldn't hear something, because when you have normal hearing aids and you put them into the airflow, you hear nothing than the air. You can't hear the cars behind you, you can't hear speakers, other people, you can't hear nothing. And it's a completely different when you have the implant. When you're riding your bike, you can hear everything. You hear the cars behind you, you can move, and you hear speakers, you hear all other traffic noises. So everybody knows if you want to use a stethoscope, you have to put it into the ear. And when you have normal hearing aids, you can't do that. So it was always very difficult for me before, because I have to, yes, to put out the hearing aids and then to put in the stethoscope and move to the patients and get back and put in the hearing aids. So it was always very complicated. And now it's no problem. I have the implant, put in the stethoscope, no problem. You can imagine how important it is that you can see it. So you can move you free. You don't have to pay attention that nobody can see it. You can move free. You don't pay attention to it. And yes, it's the first time for me that I can also wear up my hair, because before I always tried to hide the normal hearing aids, and now I can do everything with my hair. You don't have to hide something. It gives me a completely other self-confidence. So my expression is that I don't depend on a device. It's my ear which is hearing. So when I compare normal hearing aids with the implant, you can say that hearing aids, they are a help, but an implant is a solution. And I don't have to think about it the whole day, because you can see it and it don't disrupt you, and yes, I feel free.